To me, a wind turbine symbolises a way in which humanity can work in harmony with nature and not against nature.
This occasion marks the end of a long journey in obtaining permission for this turbine, and the beginning of a journey in our desire to become a carbon-neutral organisation.
That's what you're about here in Glyndebourne. You're about excellence in terms of opera. And I felt that spilled over into their concern for the environment. They wanted to do their best for the environment. They wanted to, in this case, reduce their carbon emissions.
We are very proud to be the first arts organisation in this country to generate our own power with a wind turbine.
This is personal for Glyndebourne. It's personal for Gus Christie. He's doing it for the right reasons. He's taken a lot of risk himself on this project. It matters, and it's a symbol we should be proud of.
It's nice to see that the old windmill has been replaced by something of today. It's a very good place for it. As somebody said to me the other day, they wouldn't have put a windmill there in the first place if it hadn't been a windy spot.
It's great to have the turbine up and finally running, and we now have 5 months' worth of data, which we are displaying up here on Mill Plain on these display boards. It's too early to say whether it will do what we predicted, i.e. 90% of our annual electricity usage, but it's looking good.
It's a symbol of energy independence, which we see as very consistent with Glyndebourne's history of complete financial independence. When they do have an excess from natural elements, they're able to export that for the benefit of local residents because it just goes straight back into the grid.
And in addition to the turbine, there are many other things at Glyndebourne that we're doing to reduce our carbon emissions. One of which involves the indirect emissions of the audiences travelling to and from Glyndebourne. We are also encouraging our staff to use the train, and we're also encouraging our staff to come to work by bicycle.
Since 2006, which is the period of time that we've been working with them, they've been instigating year-on-year energy efficiency measures, and over that period have managed to, through efficiencies, reduce their greenhouse gas emissions by 12%, which represents about 176 tonnes of CO2.
We've set up an environmental subcommittee with people from across the organisation, representatives from different departments, and we meet 3 times a year to discuss how we can reduce our carbon emissions. Overall, I think there is a keenness from everyone working here to do their bit.
One of our main products that used to be wasted and just go to landfill was polystyrene. Now we've developed a relationship with a local company that supply the polystyrene to us in the first place, and they now take back any clean waste polystyrene we have of any sort of size and shape, and they can crush that and remake that back into large blocks for reuse.
Some of the things the gardening department are doing to help with the carbon footprint is creating our own compost. We are also becoming almost peat-free, not using any insecticides within the greenhouse. We are using biological controls, and also whenever we need to ask expertise from other contractors, we'll try and make it as locally sourced as possible.
Glyndebourne has been working with local young people to explore the theme of the environment creatively, so through devising their own work and performing it, and working with professional composers, directors, to really explore what the environment means to them, whether it's nature or whether it's actually the environment that they live in and interact with on a day-to-day basis.
I think Glyndebourne reducing their carbon footprint is a great step forward, really, because it just shows that they're ready to make a change, and that everyone should be if we want to sustain our future, really. And I think the turbine was a great step forward with that.
I thought it was splendid that Gus Christie, who started this out of a concern for the environment, has stuck at it and has brought it to a triumphant conclusion, in my view.
I'm delighted that this year's festival will be running on wind. It's a wonderful feeling to feel that we're not actually using any fossil fuels to power this great theatre.